She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this week's video is going to be an updated everyday makeup routine. I wanted to do this video in honor of being so close to 500, and a makeup routine was the very first video I did, and I've adjusted a few things since then, but I wanted to bring this video back, update you guys with it, and thank you all for getting me so close to 500. I'm so thankful for everyone that supported me from the beginning. So along with that, I wanted to just talk about a few things. I had you guys ask me some questions on Instagram that you wanted me to talk about. So while I'm doing my makeup, I'm going to be answering those questions. Just a disclaimer, if I forget to say any of the product names that I'm using, I will list the products in order from first to last in the description, and you can check out the products there. Let's get into it. So I've already done my skincare and everything that's done, so I have a fresh face ready to go for some makeup, and I'm going to start with a green concealer to cover up some of the blemishes that get a little bit red. So the first thing I use is a HD Studio green concealer from NYX. It's CW12, and I just put that simply on any red blemishes. I don't do too much because a little bit goes a long way with green concealer. I have a mini beauty blender that I get wet and to dab all of that in. So the first question is going to be, what year of school am I in? What am I studying? And what is my dream job? So I am a junior in college. I am studying marketing. I prefer to go into social media marketing. And my minor is called visual communications, which is basically a fancy term for graphic design. And my dream job is to basically be a social media marketing manager for a fashion company, a beauty company, and I would just love to see where that would take me. I am basically excited to work in anything in the marketing and social media marketing industry, just because for a long time I've known that that's what I want to do, and to be able to study that and learn that is super exciting to me. Also, this is a concealer that I use to cover up the green a little bit, and it is CW02 of the NYX HD Studio Concealer, and I just put that on top of where the green is to help cover that up a little bit. But yeah, I'm actually doing an internship right now, and if you've been watching my channel, you've known this, at a boutique called Compass Rose Boutique. I can link the website down below if y'all want to check them out. It is an amazing boutique. I love the owner. I love working with her. Her name's Holly, and I've been doing that for a little bit over a year now and helping create social media content and promote the business on social media to get some experience, and I absolutely love it. It is so nice, great experience. I enjoy it so much, and it's helping out a small business, which I feel pretty passionate about. So as you can see, I just took that concealer and just used my beauty blender and patted it in, and then next I'm gonna go in with foundation. So I use the No. 7 Lift and Luminate foundation, and I use it in the color Cool Ivory, and I just get my beauty blender wet and put a little bit on there and put all over my face. The next question was some tips for starting college. One big thing that I've noticed is make as many friends as you can. It makes a difference because you'll meet people in your major, you'll meet people near where you live with if you live on campus. Make a lot of friends, and it'll definitely help you in life. You'll have a lot more connections because it's not about just the friendships, it's also about connections in college, and who you know is important. So I highly recommend doing that because you never know who could help you advance your career and your life. Another thing is pay attention. Do not skip your classes. You're paying for it, or someone is paying for it. Do not skip your classes. Go to your classes, do your best to pay attention. I know I struggle with that. I have the attention span of a squirrel. I am not good at paying attention, especially when learning online, but you need to think about the fact that how much this is costing and how much it can benefit you in your life. Also, when it comes to living on campus, don't overpack. I struggle with this. Like I said, I'm a junior and I still overpack every time I go back and forth from college. But for the most part, where you live is not going to be that big. So you really need to think about your space and any roommates you're living with, because all of that stuff has to be shared and you don't want to overpack, or you're just gonna have an abundance of stuff that you don't know what to do with and have nowhere to put. So be cautious of that. Even things like towels, you need 1, maybe 2 towels. You don't need a whole stack of them. You can do laundry, don't pack too many clothes. I really struggle with that. I pack way too many clothes and I never wear them. Also, don't overthink how you look. Everyone shows up to class in their pajamas, no makeup, wearing a hat, dirty hair. Don't think you need to show up in this perfect little outfit. I did that a lot freshman year. I'd do my hair and makeup, a whole outfit and everything. Don't do that. Get up 15 minutes before class, throw on a hat and a hoodie, and leave. Don't worry about all that extra stuff, because no one else is going to be showing up in a full outfit. Okay, so I just blended all of that into my skin. As you can see, it's pretty nice coverage. I would say it's more of a medium coverage foundation. It doesn't completely cover up all my blemishes, but it definitely does the job and adds some color to my skin. So after that, I will go in with a concealer that is lighter than my skin tone. The HD Studio one that I use, I try to get pretty close to my skin tone so it just blends in really nicely. This is definitely lighter, and I just put that under my eyes. It is the Maybelline FitMe concealer in Fair. I've had this for years, so it's kind of worn out because I only put it under my eye. And I just do a little bit like that and take my beauty blender and blend that out. Another question I had received was, will I vlog a day in quarantine? So when you're watching this, the video before this, which would have been last week's, this past Tuesday, that is actually basically a day in my life, which is kind of how my quarantine goes. I got my hair done, went to Dunkin', did some chores and some crafting. Nothing crazy, but if you want to check that out and kind of see what a day in my life is like, you can check that out, as well as I have a video up about a day in the life of a college student, and that is also during the pandemic period, to kind of see what my life is like when I'm at school and how I kind of deal with that as a college student. So next, I'm going in with a powder to set everything in. I use the NYX HD finishing powder, and it's in the shade Banana. And this one's kind of worn out, but I'm trying to use as much of it as I can. And I'm going in with this e.l.f. brush. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know anything about my brushes because I've had these brushes for years. I'm not a beauty guru, I just do my makeup the way it works best for my skin. And so all the names and numbers and all that stuff have worn off my brushes, so I have no idea. But this one's an e.l.f. brush, and I just put this powder all over my face to set everything in. I have pretty oily skin for the most part, so I like to set all that in. Drag it down your neck, try to blend as much as you can. Okay. Next, I'm going in with a bronzer. I got this from an I Love Revolution. It was like their donut kit thing that had a bunch of eyeshadows, blush, contour, bronzer. I think there was a highlighter in it too, but I love this bronzer. It's perfect for my skin. And it is called Cinnamon Sugar. I don't know if you can order that besides the kit, but I just put that on my cheeks and drag it up around my forehead, a little bit on my nose, and around my chin and down my neck. And then I basically do the same thing on the other side and just kind of go in the same pattern. So you don't want your whole face to be the same shade color, whatever. Now I've done that. Next is blush. I use this Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in Pearlescent Pink. And as you can see, I've used it pretty hard. And I just go in with a brush and do it on my cheeks. A little bit. And on top of my nose. Kind of gives you that burnt look a little bit, which I like. And then I take the same brush that I put my face setting powder on with and kind of try to blend it into my skin a little bit better. Next is highlighter. So I use this e.l.f. Moonlight Pearls highlighter. It is perfect for my skin. It has a little bit of like a pink tone in it, so it's not super shimmery. And the next question was my favorite food. So I'm a pretty picky eater, and I would definitely say my go-to food is chicken nuggets or like burritos and tacos, that kind of thing. But I really like seafood besides fish, and I love steak. I eat steak a lot, so I definitely love those foods. But if there was a food I had to pick that I would just eat all the time, which I already do eat all the time, would be chicken nuggets, specifically the dinosaur ones, which I know sounds funny as a junior in college talking about dinosaur nuggets, but if you are a picky eater, you know how specific you can be about chicken and chicken nuggets, and definitely the dinosaur ones just hit different. So I took my highlighter with this little highlighter brush from e.l.f. and just put it on top of my cheeks, on top of my nose, and then I just take the excess and put it on my eyelids instead of doing an eyeshadow. It's just easier that way for me. And then next is eyebrows. I really don't do a lot with them, especially because my eyebrows are a lot darker than my hair color since I get my hair done, which you can check out in my last video. But I use this NYX eyebrow pencil. It's an eyebrow powder pencil in the shade blonde, and I just brush them out a little bit and then take them and fill in the fronts a tiny bit, just so it looks more of like a faded look as they go out and they get lighter at the end. So then I just brush that back out. I'm not a big lip gloss girl, but if you know and you've been watching my videos for a while, I love Carmex, so I always put Carmex on my lips instead of a lip gloss or lipstick, which Carmex is very hydrating and it gives you a little bit of shine on there. So next, what I do before anything else is put on a setting spray. I have found in my experience that if you put on your setting spray before your mascara isn't as hard to get off. I think mascara is really hard to get off if you put your setting spray over top of it. So I use the NYX Matte Finish setting spray, and I love it. I spray it all over my face. And while that's soaking in, I'll answer the last question I got was about sports I play. So I don't play any sports in college. I played volleyball throughout middle school and high school, and I did 1 year of travel ball, and then I did a couple years of private lessons with a coach of a travel team. And I loved volleyball so much. I struggled my last couple years of high school with it. I was just struggling between if it was really worth it to play. I had some issues with my shoulder and I wasn't sure if I really wanted to play, but I decided, hey, I wasn't going to play in college. I wanted to finish out high school. I wanted to enjoy the rest of my time playing that I could, and so I just decided to keep playing. And I'm very glad I did. I absolutely loved it for the most part. There's always struggles that come with playing sports, and if you play sports, you understand that. But I don't play any sports in college. I grew up and played soccer for like a year and a half, like most kids do in kindergarten, first grade. But other than that, volleyball was really the only sport that, one, I felt that I was pretty decent at, and two, that I actually enjoyed playing thoroughly. Last, what we're gonna do is mascara, and this is kind of a whole process for me. First, I curl my lashes. This is an eyelash curler I got from, I want to say e.l.f. a couple years ago. I really do like e.l.f. products. And so once the top lashes are curled, I take this Wet n Wild Megawear mascara in Very Black and put that on my bottom lashes. I don't do too much. I don't like a lot on the bottom lashes, just enough that you can kind of see that they're there. So once I've done that, then I go to the top and I use this Ulta Beauty Limitless Lashes Lengthening and Volume Mascara in Soft Black, and I do 2 coats of that on my top lashes. There's one coat. You can kind of see them, but not a whole lot. There's a second coat on the left eye. Okay, so there's 2 coats of that, and then I take this number 7, the Full 360 mascara, and do 1 coat of that on each eye. It's in the color black, and it just kind of helps lengthen and just spread them out a lot more. This is definitely just to add product on, and this is kind of to lengthen and make it not so clumpy. This is definitely my all-time favorite mascara, the number 7 one, but it's a little bit pricier. It's not super crazy. I think it's maybe $10, and I definitely ball on a budget, so I try to find cheaper mascaras that also work, and this is sort of the best process I've figured out for my lashes. So like I said, I just do one coat of this on each eye, and it just kind of enhances your lashes a little bit. And that is it. That is the final makeup look, my everyday makeup look, and that's all of it. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all of your questions. I hope they're all answered. Thank you for getting me so close to 500. Thank you for all the support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
She's a Mona Lisa.